this is Caroline. Thank you for joining me today for Conversations with Michael. If you have any questions for Michael about yourself or pets or loved ones or loved ones who've passed, just write it in the chat box and we can see what he has to say about it. So I don't think anyone is here right now. So I'll just start by saying hi to him and seeing if he has something that he wants to tell us, talk about today. So he's just starting by saying, I love you so much. And so he's saying that all of us, he loves all of us so much. And he's saying, I don't think you guys know that. Like, I don't think you know how much I love you. I don't think you know how much you are loved. A big problem, he says, with human consciousness is that they don't believe or they can't accept that they are loved unconditionally. It's like that concept doesn't compute. And there's something in them, he's saying, that won't accept it. Why won't we accept unconditional love? We're afraid of being loved and let down. But that doesn't really make sense because that's not, we're afraid it will stop. We're afraid it will feel so good and then it will stop. And so we would rather not allow ourselves to feel it because we're afraid that it would stop. Why do we have that fear? Why can't we just accept and believe that unconditional love is ongoing? And Michael's saying because it's that we don't believe that we have proof. We don't feel that we have evidence that it's a possibility. Why don't we feel like we have evidence that it's a possibility if it's like the one thing that's real? He's saying you guys have created an alternative reality that isn't capable of receiving or being unconditional love. So the problem is that we've created this artificial situation that is not resonant with the actual nature of the universe. Why did we do that? He's like, you did that because you were playing around one day and you got stuck in this alternative reality. So it was like a previous civilization. That was playing around and got caught up in this alternative reality that they were playing around with. And then kind of like that's what got stuck in the matrix. It's like this matrix that we're stuck in. How do we get out of that matrix, that alternative reality matrix, and get into the true reality? And the image I'm seeing is like a net, and it's like a net that has a very loose weave in it. And so he's saying just like go like this and you're going to fall through it. Basically, don't try to stay in the alternative reality. Like what he's saying is like it's very very easy to get out of it. Just don't try to stay there and you're just going to like fall out of it. Um you're going to fall through the weave because it's very loosely woven. It's not like the alternative reality is holding you. it's almost like you're holding it, like you're determined to be in that alternative reality where unconditional love is something that is not to be trusted. Unconditional persistent love is not to be trusted. The possibility is not even fathomable. So why don't we just like fall out of that weave of the alternative reality? Why don't we fall out of that weave? Okay, so it's related to fear. It's related to what he's calling the coalescence of fear. The coalescence of fear, which is the coalescence of humanity, the fear that coalesces, all of humanity's fear coming coalescing. That's the coalescence of fear that holds us in this alternative reality. What if one of us were to just like stop being afraid? What if one of us were just to fall through? It's like if one of us were to fall through the weave of this alternative reality, the whole thing would be broken. Like it's not that strong. Like it only takes one person falling out of the weave, out of the matrix, out of the alternative reality for that whole reality to just fall apart, because it's actually very weak, because it's not true. So can I do that? Can I be that one who's unafraid and falls out of the alternative reality? Michael's like, you can do it. You can be it. How do I do it? How do I be that? I don't want to be afraid anymore. So he's like, the image that I get is like the whole universe is standing underneath of that weave, and they're just like, jump, let go, just do it. And he's just like, we, you know, so the word, what he's saying is fall. He's saying fall. So that all that means is let go. Let go of that illusion, that falsity, that what you're living in is real, and that unconditional love is not a long-term possibility, if at all. Fall. He's like, fall and I will catch you. Yeah. And so right now, each one of us, imagine ourselves in that very loose weave of fear, this alternative reality, this coalescence of fear that says that unconditional love is not real. If we do have a taste of it, it can't persist, so we can't trust it. Recognize that we have this shared alternative reality that is not real. And Michael says, all we have to do is fall. The weave is so loose. We are so loosely held in this alternative reality. It is so weak. All we have to do is fall through that weave, and we'll be caught and held and enter into reality, which is that unconditional, persistent love is the one thing that is real. Fall. Allow yourself to be held, caught. You are safe. You are loved. Love is all that is. The alternative reality dissolves. Feel yourself in pervasive love. Enshrouded, embedded, saturated. Know the calm and the strength of living in that unconditional, pervasive love. When you fall, you are caught and held in the arms of eternal love. All is well. All is well. All is well. Thank you, Michael.